Here with Lyoto Machida, two-time UFC champion, karate legend. And I don't know exactly how you've done so much, it's hard to know how to introduce you, but I'm excited to talk to you, man. You're like one of my favorite fighters. We've been kind of friends.
Yeah.
Like this is set up through our mutual friend, Derek Moneyberg, who were both training, you know, such a good dude. He hit me up like 4 years ago. He was like 50, 60 pounds overweight, really rich guy, and he asked me to train him, to come to his house. Offered me a good chunk of money, but I was so skeptical. I'm like, I'll go out there once and try it. You know, and I went out there, but he really put effort in. Came back second time, put in effort, learned, and just I saw how serious he started taking it. And so it's like, once someone puts 4 or 5 months serious in, I start putting energy back.
Of course.
And, you're training his stand-up in, but his jiu-jitsu has legitimately got better. People don't believe me. I give him his brown belt. People try to say, oh, you gave it to him early because he's rich. I find that really insulting because I would never.
No, he knows a lot of things. Who goes there and trains, he knows a lot of things.
Because it makes sense when you think about it. I'm over there, you're over there, whoever Textora's over there, Gilbert Burns is over there.
Yeah.
Of course you're going to get good.
Of course. You're going to learn the good things of everyone.
We were just talking about, I saw Derek doing this amazing front kick or teep kick. I was like, wow, what are you doing? And he's like, Lyoto Machida showed me this. So I mean, after maybe, if you want to share that, you could show this in the video.
Of course.
I was so impressed by it. It was just like.
Yeah, he did good. Now he learned so fast, and also he's like he tried to be very dedicated. When he learned. Sometimes he wants to stop and think about. He has a different.
That was a little different, but he wants to learn. Yeah. But the way you throw your deep kick, or is that what I'm sure you call it, that front kick?
Front kick.
I've never seen you throw it with so much power and speed. And then I watched you. I think you knocked out. Beecher Belford with that, right? Vander Kelford, you kind of skipped it, but him. Yeah. You also did hit a body shot, I think, with CB Holloway.
CB Holloway, yeah.
So I watched the impressive with it, then I went and looked up and saw you knock it. It was just like, okay, this kick is.
Very effective.
Did you call that? Did your dad teach you that?
So everybody knows that I have my background in karate. So in karate, but I mean like the real karate, not the karate that you see over there, like you call like Mac Dojo, everywhere, every corner you have karate. No, in Brazil, especially with my father, we train like we prepare ourselves to face another martial arts. Because my father, when he went to Brazil, it was in 1968. So there was a lot of conflict between martial arts.
Yes.
He knew that.
The crazy,
judo guys, capoeira guys from Bahia.
People don't know this history. It's like a crazy time.
Crazy time in Brazil. So he was there in that moment. He was being ready for any situation. And he had some challenges at the academy and stuff like that. So because of that, he prepared us like real karate. Of course, we compete a lot in karate too, because competition is important too to understand about time and distance, which is so important in MMA too.
Your distance is some of the best. That's why I always tell Derek, like, you don't understand the distances, but I think he does. They go, like, take advantage of this guy's distances.
Yes.
He might be the best guy in the world to understand distance.
Distance is so difficult sometimes to understand, and also the techniques like front kick, we call maigiri in Japanese. So maigiri means a front kick. So we repeat a lot, but we put a lot of details in that kick. How to hide your kick, how to use the pressure of your body, how to use your hips. So some things that people, most of the time, they don't put focus on. So we train a lot, put focus on that technique. I'll show you guys later. Some small detail that's gonna make a huge difference.
Huge difference. Like I learned it secondhand from Derek, learned it to him, and I've just been playing around sparring with it and just nailing people with it. We definitely, we'll show it at the end. It's like,
of course.
I was like, wow, when I saw that. It's just, when you see something and you see the little details, it just like clicks in your mind. Like, I can't believe I've done this so wrong my entire life.
Yes. And also you have to repeat that, right?
Over and over again.
Over and over and over again. Every training, like you repeat like 50 times, 100 times, you hit the bags, you do everything. Then all of a sudden you can kick like by instinct. You feel
how you knocked out
Yes.
And these are like elite guys you're knocking out with that.
Yes, elite guys, yes.
And you don't see very many knockouts with those front kicks. A lot of people turn it into a push.
Yes. has another purpose. No?
Yeah, so there's a purpose. Yeah,
there's a purpose that you can push the guy.
It's
useful. Yes.
Or knock back a crackhead.
Yes. But most of the time, when you want to hit the guy, make the guy feel the kick, you have to have the snap in your kick. That's
Is it the speed you bring it back with, or I guess the speed you throw it out and bring it? It looks like it's more speed. I think.
Because sometimes it's more important when you snap back.
That's what I was thinking. It seemed like the bring back.
The bring back.
That's what I was.
Create the power.
That's what seemed like back to power. Yeah, because I'm still trying to learn it. But that's what I was thinking. It was the bring back with the power.
When you bring back in the right way, I will show you later, guys. So you're gonna see like that's the power come from.
Yeah, how does it feel like karate had kind of turned into like a laughing stock to a lot of people, including myself, and you came back in and just made karate so proud again. You were just destroying people with karate. You know, that must have felt good, right?
Yeah, people, they mocking karate in Brazil. You know? Karate is a dance, karate is for kids. You came back and just destroyed them. Yeah, and then I start training, thinking about, no, they don't know the real karate. They don't know the real karate, the old karate, you know? And all of a sudden I started, I just appeared in UFC and nobody expected me, so I was always underdog.
Karate guy.
Karate guy is a karate guy.
Easy fight.
Easy fight. But I knew that if you control the distance, you control the fight, especially in stand-up. Right? If you control the distance, you control the fight. And people, they didn't understand that. Nowadays, most of fighters, they pretty much understand a little bit how to manage the distance, which is so important because if I'm far away from my opponent, how he can hit me? No? Yeah. If I control the distance, I know exactly when he's gonna step forward, then I'll be ready to catch him.
No, I think it's really important you say this. I think a lot of trainers and people, they go in, they want to hit pads. They go in there and they want to punch things. They don't understand. I tell like the most important thing might be the distancing, like keeping the space, the in and out. I'm not like a world-class striker, but I think I do a good job of controlling distance, so I wasn't hit very much. A lot of times, guys that were supposed to be a lot better strikers than me, I'd be hitting them more because I understand
because distance. You control the distance. You know the distance.
This is so important, and that's
everything, man.
Yeah, and a lot of trainers don't teach that. They want to have you just throw punches.
Yeah, they just want to throw punches and improve his strength, which is important too. But don't get me wrong. But like Jake just said, the distance make the difference in the fight. You know, if you understand that, like you're gonna control the fight. You're gonna put the fight wherever you want to fight.
Yeah, because we'll get around talk around later. But if you're staying right out of my range, you hit me, I can't you. It's the most frustrating thing ever. It's like, and that's what I was telling Derek. Like, I think you're literally working with potentially the best distance guy in the world. You have to understand, how great that is.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. I recently went back and watched a bunch of your fights and stuff, and I forgot how good your elbows and knees were too.
Yeah. I had to train, man, because a lot of wrestlers in UFC, you know, and most of the time, sometimes they think that I use the principle of fighting. Like, distance is one of the principles that I like to apply. And also, the first thing, I control the distance, and the guy has to pass my hands. If he pass my kicks, he has to pass my hands, my punches. Yeah. If he pass my punch, he has to pass my elbow and knee.
I forgot you threw all those elbows. I forgot you always throwing those elbows and knees too.
When I fought Tito Ortiz, for example, I knew he's on his belly, and he fell on the ground because I knew that he wanted to grab me all the time. He wanted to do something. Then I kind of I could stop him with that.
People started thinking, oh, his distance is so good. If I can get in on him, I'm okay. And then you do that, or a foot sweep.
Yeah, I love foot sweep. Yeah, because you know in karate point, foot sweep is the maximum point that you can do. That's why I train a lot of foot sweep. If the guy try to kick me, I foot sweep. If the guy just stand in front of me, I foot sweep too. Yeah. Even in training, I try to do that.
Yeah, because in wrestling we don't really do foot sweeps. So
yeah.
So I get so annoyed when someone foot sweeps me. It's like so embarrassing when someone foot sweeps me.
I saw one guy from wrestling, Stevie Moko, the guy from American Top Team. You know, Moko, Moko, he loves foot sweep. Man.
Yeah, they're good at something I've never been good. I got what's his name? Akiyama, remember Sexy Yama?
Akiyama.
I fought him
from judo, right?
I won the fight, but he launched me. I was so embarrassed for the foot sweep. I just
Really?
I flew through the air. But thankfully, the way he throws them, that doesn't hurt because he throws it so perfect. He just lands all soft. And he just launched me with a foot sweep.
Yeah, foot sweep is one of the main tools that I like to use, man. And I can show you a little bit.
No, I'd love to see that because I've never had a good foot sweep. So it's, that would be cool to see a little of that.
That's going to be good, man.
So what, I know I gave you credit for representing karate, but there's been a few other guys that have as well. George St. Pierre,
Of course.
Karate Right.
Wonder Boy.
Wonder Boy. Has been in Page Karate?
Uh,
I think he might do like, I think karate might be his main style because he fights similar to Wonder Boy, that in and out. So I'm not positive on that one though, but I know, Wonder Boy's done a great job representing karate. So it's not fair to say you're the only guy that.
No, he's a karate guy too.
But you're the only, because GSP, that wasn't the main thing he was representing either.
Because GSP is kind of well-rounded, you know. He
Yeah.
represents a little bit of the wrestling. He's so smart, you know. But he has a background in karate too.
Yeah. To be fair though, everyone's well-rounded. So obviously, if karate is your specialty, you're still good at jiu-jitsu, wrestling, all the different stuff.
Yeah, because for fighting MMA, man, you have to understand that you have to learn everything. So you see people nowadays, I just go in kickbox. Hey,
No.
somebody gonna kill you.
No.
It's a matter of time. No, you can win the first fight, the second fight, the third one. Somebody gonna kill you for sure, man. It's a matter of time.
Those days are done. My first fight was '99. It was still.
Your first fight was in
I
1999.
came pretty much just a pure wrestler and won my first fight.
Really?
With a tiny bit of jiu-jitsu. I trained with Chuck Liddell for like a month or something. He showed me. He wasn't really my trainer, but he was just kind of my mentor. He just let me follow him around and like.
So 1999 was your first fight.
Like an Indian reservation. I think it was
Man,
2000.
it's a long time ago.
Crazy how long it goes. The sport has. I watched the sport change so much, and I adapted. I retired like, what? I think 2020, 21. But I had to constantly be evolving with it.
Yeah.
So I had to keep evolving, or I fall behind.
Then you have a great ground game, man. You have a great ground game.
No, definitely not bad jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
But it's been. What was your first fight?
My first fight was 2003 in Japan.
Okay, so you fought really early too. Oh, you fought Japan your first fight.
My first fight was in Japan. Because I had a godfather in Japan called Antonio Inoki, the guy who has a great big chain. You know, the Japanese guy, really famous in Japan.
Yeah.
He was my godfather. He went to Brazil. He invited me to be a part of his office in Japan. So I used to live in Japan for a year.
Okay.
Then I was working for his office in Japan. Then he put me to fight in a couple events in Japan, like K1 Heroes.
And you fought BJ Penn.
I fought BJ Penn,
That's
K1 Heroes.
So cool that you fought BJ Penn.
I fought in other events in Japan, some big events. Then we kind of parted way. Like I went to another manager, and I started a different career. I started to fight in the United States.
Yeah. And your dad's Japanese, correct?
My dad is a full Japanese guy.
But you were born in Brazil?
I was born in Brazil, yeah.
He seems really strict, correct?
Very
That's not necessarily
strict.
a bad thing, but like...
But he's very strict.
Yeah.
Thankfully, because of that, I could achieve everything that I achieved.
Yeah, he seemed... So I think it's a bad thing when you're really strict, but like, look what you accomplished.
Yeah, because,
like he was very hard on you.
Yeah, he was born right after the big war, the second big war. And because of that, he was in charge of rebuild Japan again.
Yes,
that generation.
They got destroyed really bad. Two atomic bombs, it wasn't good that either. They were firebombed.
Really bad. So the
really
Japanese
bad.
in that moment had different spirit, They had the spirit of rebuild Japan again. So they call Yamato Tamashi. Yamato Tamashi means like the spirit that you ready for anything. Then when he went to Brazil, he was raised in Japan.
Yeah.
He knows
he
had that
spirit,
that
warrior
spirit. And because of that, he raised us very strictly. No, you can't do that. No, if you say something, you gotta do something.
Do what you say.
Do what you say. You're a man of words.
That's very important.
Very important.
I think sticking to your word, and that's very important to me. I think a lot of people are losing that, like all over the world.
Of course, man. A lot of people.
Even in Japan, I think.
Even in Japan,
I don't think they quite have that same warrior spirit they did that your father generation.
That's why I always say that the principle of martial arts, maybe it's more important, because the martial art itself is important, but one day everything will pass, man.
Yeah.
We like 47, you're 46.
Yeah.
No, you cannot compete in the same level that we used to compete.
Yeah, that's what we realized, it's like, physically I almost still have it, but mentally I start losing it. I think mentally I don't want to get hurt anymore.
Yeah.
That's like, I mean, physically I've lost some too. My last fight I lost, and I was thinking, mentally I kind of gave up. And before I was willing to die when I went there. I went out there with the spirit, really willing to die or kill out there.
Before, right?
Yeah, before. Like,
because when you were young.
Yeah, like I'll die in here, I'll kill in there, and I really would have. My last fight, I felt like I wasn't willing to die in there, and that's when I realized I should retire.
Yeah, it's different mindset. And that's why the philosophy stay with you forever. If you're training, you understand the philosophy of martial arts, which includes the principle of life, of martial arts, respect, discipline, perseverance, like stuff like that. You have to continue to practice that in your daily basis. Otherwise, you're not gonna create a relationship.
Yeah, I'm always still trying to make myself a better person.
Yes.
Martial arts helped my life so much. I was kind of a troubled kid, getting in a lot of trouble. As soon as I found martial arts, I had something to push my life towards. I became such a better person.
Yes.
From you from a young age, you were
I started karate.
Forced on.
Yes, I started karate when I was 4 years old. Then I started training jiu-jitsu when I was 15 years old. When I saw Royce Gracie for the first time in UFC, 1993. Remember 1993, Royce Gracie was destroying everyone in the cage.
I watched it about 95 or 96.
Oh, really?
I didn't see the first one. I think they saw maybe the fourth one. But I remember being blown away when I saw it.
Yeah, was impressed. Then I started training jiu-jitsu at that time. But my focus was always to fight MMA. Since that time.
So you wanted to since a little kid?
Since you're 15 years old, I said no.
Make karate proud.
Yeah, be karate proud. No.
Did you make your father very proud?
Of course.
He probably doesn't show a lot of emotion.
Yeah, he doesn't show anything.
But you can tell.
But yes.
So I know the
way he
speaks,
yes.
but you can feel the pride.
Yes.
The smallest compliment is probably the biggest thing from him.
Oh yeah. But he's so like you said, very Japanese guy. When I fought Rashad Evans. Yeah. And when I beat Rashad Evans, if you saw the video, he was the guy that didn't celebrate that victory. But you know the story, right?
I didn't know. No, I didn't know.
No, he didn't celebrate that victory. Mm-hmm. And one report saw that and asked him, "Hey, I want to talk to your father, sir." After fight, he said, "I would like to ask him why he didn't celebrate the victory when he fought, when you beat Rashad." He said, right after the fight, he said, "No, because I was thinking about the Rashad's father. Like I put myself in his place, Wow. I didn't like. I won't like if he celebrate the victory in front of me."
Yeah, that's crazy. I never thought that makes so much. That makes so much sense, though.
So deep. He said no. Then I was happy because my son became a world champion. But there is time that we can celebrate in the locker room.
You felt pain for Rashad's father.
Yes. No, he said no. I want to respect him because I'm the guy that have a lot of students, and I raised them too. I helped to raise them. I helped to become the polite too. So because of that, I think the right posture to be.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yes, to not celebrate. Of course, I was happy, but when I was inside the locker room, then he gave me a hug.
Gave you a hug.
Yes.
Yeah. Must have felt really good making your father proud. I know it felt, sometimes younger having a strained relationship and finally making your father proud after all the trouble games. Felt good. Yeah, I know it probably feels amazing.
Yes.
So how often did he make you train as a kid? Like every day?
My training?
Your father, yeah.
Oh, yeah, every day. When I was a kid, every day. We trained at 5:30 in the morning.
Did you ever feel angry towards it for it, or you were always excited to go train?
I accept, but sometimes we kind of reject the training because we're so young. We don't understand that we have to go through all the process. But especially with my father, because the training starts 5:30 in the morning. Sure. And he always said to us, then one day I asked him, hey Dad, why the training so early? Why you cannot put this training 7:30 in the morning? The answer that he gave to me, he said, "No, Lyoto, because when you wake up in the morning, you have your first enemy. Your first enemy is yourself. You have to beat this guy because everyone wants to sleep more. Everyone want to stay in the bed, on the bed. They don't want to go out and train and practice something. That's why if you beat this enemy, you can be ready to beat anything in your life. That's why you have to practice every day, to wake up early, to training, and go through all the process to become a man, to become to strengthen your spirit. Because in Japanese we say like the spirit comes first. Spirit beats technique, technique beats power. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Spirit beats technique, and technique beats power. It means like if you can be the best guy in the academy, but if you don't have the courage to step on the cage and show everything, you know.
I've noticed that I've been helped train people a lot of years, and sometimes people go, oh, this guy's so good, he'll be a good fighter. But I can see he's missing that warrior spirit, that he'll break when it gets tough, but I'm really good at being like, no, that guy's not going to make it. People are like, how are you always able to pick it? And it's just like obviously you're not always right, but you can see some of these guys, if you just don't have it where you're going to break under pressure.
They're not going to
see these guys in the gym, they're just killers, right? They can give you good sessions, but they'll never go and go perform on the
Yes, because it's completely different. You know? When you're under pressure, man, it's completely different. You know? You have like, there is one word in Japanese we call mushin. Mushin means empty mind. You gotta have your empty mind. Like your mind has to be nothing. Just focus on the victor, on the opponent, on your technique. You know? And we bring that to nowadays, daily basis. Usually we create like movement mind, think a lot. Mm-hmm. That creates stress, that creates anxiety, that creates, you becoming anxious, you have fear just because you think too much. Most of the time you have to forget that and to stimulate the natural state of being, which is peace, love, enthusiasm, joy. But we not able to.
Yeah, it's tough. Our mind.
It's tough because you get stuck in your mind all the time. You think about no. All the time when you think, if you use your mind, you're stuck in the past or future, never in the present.
When
because
you fight, you want to be in the present.
You have to be in the present. Even training.
I've had a few fights for the brain's going different places, and that's terrible. It's like, is there something you did to meditate your brain, or do you kind of just naturally get yourself?
No, I meditate. You have to practice that.
I wish I had worked that works. There was a few fights where my head was like thinking different places, and you're like thinking about, oh, this has happened.
Yeah,
that's terrible.
That's when I lost. Most of the time, I had that in my mind. I could not clean my mind. Like no.
And forget the other fights. Walked out there, my mind's clean. I just knew I was going to win. Just going out there, just being like, I'm going to win. My mind's focused.
Yes.
That's just the
best. Because
the best feeling.
The best feeling, because you're so focused.
Man. You just know.
You don't care.
In the moment,
You don't care about the audience. You don't care about the contract. You don't care about the opponent. You just care about yourself. I'm gonna go there and be the best. And that's difficult, because we train our punches, our kicks, our ground game, our rest, but we don't train our mind to be there.
Conditioning, mind,
our conditioning. But if you see yourself, if you see myself, most of the victories that I had that state of mind.
Same as I had some of my bad fights where my mind gets a little distracted, and that's the worst. Maybe I've won a couple of those fights where my mind's off too, but you're thinking about something else, and you're like, oh my God, this is not good. Get my mind back. But it's hard to get it back.
It's hard to get it back, yes.
But the good fights, you're just clear. You're going out there, just focused. It's just like laser.
And nowadays, that's what I teach. I create these academies like 753. It means like the samurai code. That's what I like to teach nowadays because I see people like entrepreneurs, like doctors, like psychologists and teachers, regular people. They have to use the martial arts principle.
Yes, it can be applied to all aspects of life.
Yes,
not just
all of this. Yes.
Anything I do, like podcast, I'm doing the same mindset. It's like I know how to make things succeed.
Fighting's changed. The spirit hasn't. It's still about discipline, pressure, showing up when it matters, not for likes, not for hype, just for the ones who live this life. Day in, day out, Fight Back gear's made for you. FightBackPodcast.com.
Methylene Blue has been used for over 100 years for medical purposes and recently surged back into popularity. It has been shown to help repair brain tissue and improve memory, cognitive function, energy, and mood. Research suggests that methylene blue could have neuroprotective effects, possibly aiding in conditions like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and depression. Go to MerakiMedicinal.com and use the promo code FIGHTBACK for a discount. So you grew up, you're half Japanese and half Brazilian. Did you feel like there's a lot of racism in Brazil for the Japanese aspect?
Sometimes, because in Brazil there is a lot of Japanese guys. One of the biggest community was in the United States, in Brazil too. A lot of immigrants went to Brazil in the 60s, 50s. And also, of course, during the school time, I had some problem. Hey, Japanese, hey, kind of that. But we could solve that problem with
fighting.
Yeah. But like kids, Yeah. But most of the time, they respect a lot.
So minorly, but it wasn't real bad.
Yeah. Yes. Not real bad.
Yeah, I think it's like that most places. As long as you're respectful, you fight a little bit.
Kids like bullying, man.
Kids are gonna bully.
Yeah.
You can't really like.
They're gonna bully you.
That's why you gotta teach your kids to fight.
Yes.
So that gets me to several people ask me to ask you about your kids. I hear you're training them in.
I train them, but I don't force them to become a professional fighter, because they said sometimes, hey, Dad, I want to be a fighter. I respect that. We train here usually in the morning, early in the morning, because
up early too.
Yeah, to put the pressure a little bit in their head. But I don't want to force them. If they choose that, it will be good for me and better for them, because it's their life. I don't wanna get in his way, get in the way, and mess it up.
Yeah, it'd be really tough also training your own son. Your father trained you, but that also has to cause a lot of love, but also a lot of problems too. Because training someone's hard.
It's hard, man. It's hard because it's very hard to separate being daddy, being coach.
I couldn't imagine. My dad just came over managing me, and still some of the problems. Sometimes he'd try coaching, sometimes we'd get advice. Thankfully, we love each other and everything.
Yeah.
We passed away, but that got us much closer. But then sometimes it would run into problems too.
Yes.
When your dad's doing your business, sometimes they're like clash.
Yes.
So it's very tough. But they're so fortunate to have you.
Yeah.
And on top of that, having you, they also, being their sons, other people would put a lot of extra time into them, because
of course, a lot of pressure, right?
It's such a complex sport, at least in my opinion. I think you almost need several coaches in MMA because there's so many specialties. So you want one primary coach, but it's good to go out and seek knowledge sometimes from other people.
Yes, I have to. Like I always talk to my wife. I teach them as a father. I know sometimes we are coach. I become a coach, but as a father, because some days they're gonna fly by themselves. Mm-hmm. They're gonna choose somebody to teach them.
Yeah.
And I cannot avoid that. I have to just let them go and choose whatever they want.
Yeah, it's our job, I guess, as parents, is to get our kids to grow and think for themselves and hopefully make the right decisions. But you can't over control them.
We can't over control them. We can't. We have to let them go.
You got to grow and hopefully put the right idea.
But if you create a good relationship, they're gonna come back for sure.
Yeah. Also, if you're a great coach, they're gonna come back.
Yes.
For me, when I coach people, I'm never worried about them going to coach other people because I have confidence in my skills.
Yeah.
And they might learn some great stuff from other people, but I know they're gonna come back and be like, okay, you're teaching me good stuff too. A lot of times when people are really insecure about students training with anyone else, it's because maybe they're not confident in their own skills.
Yeah.
Like you said, obviously, I haven't trained with you yet, but I've seen the stuff you're teaching. It obviously works.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, just last couple questions before we go play around with a little karate. Where in Brazil did you grow up?
Amazon, close to the Amazon, Belém. We call Belém, very close to the Amazon forest.
Did you go to the Amazon a lot?
Yes.
I've never been there. It looks like
it's
it looks
amazing. There is one hotel inside the forest.
I really need to go do this.
Man, you see monkeys, you see all the animals.
It's just so amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah, I really need to do this. Is it like a violent area or not really?
No. It's very, very quiet.
You are more of a beautiful.
Yeah, you're more in touch with nature.
No, that's good.
That's good.
So I think you got to try anything else we need to hit. Anything you want to plug or anything you're working on right now?
No, I just want to say thank you for being here because Jake, you're a good guy, man. Mm-hmm. I know what you did for the sport too. That's important for the new generation to recognize that. And thank you, guys.
Yeah, we'll play around. You teach me a little bit of karate.
Yes.
And like I said, you're the guy that really made me respect karate again. It was like, I'm never gonna make fun of karate again.
Thank you.
That must feel good though, right? karate people, like,
Yeah.
how many karate people came up and like thanked you for making them proud of their sport?
Yes.
Well, last thing I want to add, I think is what happened to karate is, I think it was an amazing martial art, and these people came in and they pushed it all to katas, but they took away the sparring.
Yeah.
When you take away the sparring, it starts falling apart. And I could be wrong, but
No,
in my opinion, that's what happened to karate.
Yeah, karate, most of the guys, they don't like to do sparring. That's one of the biggest problems. And you have to do sparring. In order to be better in the jiu-jitsu,
With anything.
you have to roll.
Yep.
Same. So that's one advice. If you're a karate guy, man, training, do sparring, do everything. That's important.
Do you work boxing separately, or is that all karate?
I do box a little bit.
Yeah,
Back
you
there.
have good hands as well.
Yeah, a little bit.
So let's fuck around and do a couple karate moves, and then we go.
Yeah,
Thank you so much,
Thank
man.
you,
It was
thank
great
you,
talking
Jake.
to you.
Jake,
You're always
appreciate
one of my
my
favorite
friend.
fighters.
So, guys, I'm gonna show you the first thing, which is we were just talking about, was about the distance. How important is to manage the distance rightly. So if you manage the distance, you control the fight. If you control the fight's in your hand. You can do whatever you want, of course, in the right time. So, if you don't understand the distance, for example, this distance, if Jake extend your arm, Jake, he cannot touch me, right? So I can stay in this distance. I can be a little bit here. He still cannot touch me. But now I understand that, yes.
Get there quick.
He can't do it, because in order to catch me, he has to do a big movement, like he has to move his body. He cannot reach me with just the hand. Yeah, because if I'm here, you can reach with the hand. But if I'm a little bit here, you have to move your foot, yes. But in order to move his foot, I'm able to see that. Then I start to control the distance here. No, I don't let him come more than this. If he come, I come. Yeah, if he come, I adjust.
You're constantly matching.
Constant, like a shuttle. No?
You keep your hands down sometimes.
Because my defense is on my legs. No? Most of the guys have to do this.
I remember seeing you do that. I remember seeing you do that a lot.
Yeah, because my defense are in my legs. Now, if I'm here, for example, I can control.
You're covering over my hand.
I cover here, and I cannot let you come too much. Yes. Then I have to.
Southpaws do that, but you're orthodox.
No, I can't do it.
rarely
do that.
Yeah, that's very unusual what
control
we're doing right now. Yeah.
You can control if you do it. So, then Jake, I saw Jake. No, still far away. But if you move to right the distance, to find again the timing I catch.
You fire your back.
I catch you.
So if I jump into it.
Yes. No.
I saw you knock out.
Right, baby.
He ran in, bam,
yes.
put him right down. That's what he did. Because he came in too quick and you popped him like that.
He came too quick and boom, no? But that's the manage the distance. The most important thing is to understand the distance. If he comes, try to
That's right.
Bah!
Yeah, you'll push you.
Yeah, push no, I supposed to
I think
punch.
it's interesting how you're covering the hand here. People rarely do that.
They don't do
Southpaw people do this a lot.
Southpaw they do because they want to go outside.
Yeah, but no one ever.
But you can't cover here.
You're one of the first people who's ever done that to me. That's so interesting.
Because imagine here, Jake, here, your hand here, close your hand. If you cross my hand, just cross my hand here. Cross my hand. Now you're able to catch me with the punch. See the distance? Now. Punch. You can. You have to do a big movement.
Yeah, barely missing it.
Then I cannot let you cross my hand. If you
So if I cover it.
I have to be aware. You come.
Yeah.
Then I can catch
That's
you.
That's interesting because that's not.
Do me. Stay here. Control the distance with this. Okay. I come. Yes. I come. You can just extend here. Don't let me. Yes. Yes. See.
So if you get a little. You prefer.
So if I come too close, you're gonna catch me.
So let me do it one more time. So you're coming forward.
Yes. Boom.
Yeah.
No.
It's rusty, but I get the idea. I know it's not right, but I understand the idea. Yeah.
The idea is this, but of course you have to practice a lot. You understand a lot of nuances that you have.
I think it was Bruce Lee said, "I fear the man that throws one kick 10,000 times, instead of the man that throws 10,000 times one kick." Yeah.
Yes.
It's like that's why we're gonna do a couple minutes. I'm not gonna look good doing it, but you have to do this over and over. Like watch how fluid it is when you do it. When I come forward, the way you control my hand or do it to me, you're doing such a good job of
See, I control here. I cannot let you go. Let's show the guy. For example, if he cross the distance, come a little bit. Cross the distance. Now he can reach me.
So if I'm on top, I'm controlling. You're on top. You're controlling.
I can control you. I cannot let you cross the distance.
It's funny. No one does this. It's interesting.
Stay here, stay here. Don't need to touch me. Stay. Oh, if I move forward, you move back. Control the distance. Again. No, just stay.
You're going north hand.
Again. Now stay still. Don't move. Still. If you let me cross the line here, I cross the line. No, I can catch you. You can catch me.
Catch me. So it's a trade.
You know what I mean? Like it's a trade.
Yeah.
I don't want to trade.
Too risky.
I want a 80-20.
No, you never
want. I don't want a 50-50.
You never want to be 50-50.
No. That's the thing that you have to practice.
The guys that don't control the distance, they're the ones that are doing.
The ones that do like.
The guys that are doing this.
Who is faster? Who is stronger? Gonna win. No, like in jiu-jitsu. No, if you don't have the technique.
There's always risk, but you always want to put yourself first.
Yes.
And controlling the distance, that's what does that. And that's one of the least talked about things, I think, in striking. That's one of the most important things.
Yes, one of the most important things.
Is learning the distance.
And now I'm gonna show you the kick. Let me hold this. The front kick. Hold for me this. What is important here? Here, put a little bit. What is important here? Because people, when they kick, they do extra movement. Now you have to separate upper body, the low body. So, look at me, for example. I don't move too much. And here, boom.
That was a lot of snapping.
You see, yeah. And also you cannot see my kick.
You threw it so light, but the way you threw it.
Yes, I did so light, but the way I threw. And also he cannot see because I don't move my upper body. People do this.
So they see.
Then you see.
Yeah.
People do this.
Because I'm trying to look at your whole body.
Yeah.
So quick.
So I don't move here.
Yeah, it's got like a back.
Like a snap.
Like a stabbing or something.
Step. And also, one of the most common mistakes is when people kick, the butt comes backward, for example. No, it's a mistake. Why? Because the power comes here, the strength go out.
Yeah.
You have to use your hips.
It's crazy how much just like do this, like the pop in that.
It's different.
You're not even throwing it hard.
Yes. No, just snap. Now I'm gonna use the push kick, which is good too, but like you said, it's a different.
It's good to like knock people to the cage.
Yeah,
like that.
Push the kick.
And that's the more standard one.
Yes. So.
Yeah, that's still good at knocking me back.
Yes.
It didn't hurt.
Didn't hurt.
The other one. I
hurt.
could feel had this obviously back.
Yes.
I could still feel the snap through this.
Snap.
The push had no hurt.
See here, kick with your if you think like I'm gonna kick with my foot, the kick gonna be a little bit. If I think I kick with my knee. Boom, who's your knee? Boom, no?
Yeah, it's got like.
And the way I practice this every day, I do this, stay here, I do 3 times. See, boom.
Those have a lot of power.
Yeah.
Like,
if you go more, you.
typically, like you said, these just push you back.
Yes.
Don't hurt
if you push it back, the guy gonna come back.
I don't want to walk it. Like the first bar, and I walk into those, I'm gonna be a little like timid to walk into you again.
Yeah.
If you walk in, you go bam.
Yeah, you gotta.
You had to like
shoot, kick me. Now you wanna kick me. Come over here. Yeah. Don't move too much here. Don't do extra movement. Okay, just bring your leg here and kick. Yes, but you still worry about the push. No. Yeah. Go. Yes, better. Yes, better. Yeah, still push. No. Throw. Don't push. Throw. Yes, don't throw. Yes.
That one felt better, yeah.
Better.
Let me do it 2 more. I feel like I was starting to.
Go. Yes. Snap more. Yes.
That's so much more power.
It's different. No, it's different.
When like I said, I saw Derry do it. I went to look at your fight. I thought you knock out extremely good people with that. So it's not like when you see someone do something, you see knock them out. You go, hey, that works.
No, it works. It works. You know what I mean? Like, for example, when I fought Vitor Belfort, stay here. What happened? Vitor Belfort is the type of guy that he fights like a boxer. So if he's a boxer guy, he could see anything comes up. No, like bottom from the right.
Yeah.
Bottom up.
So you just went the same one, but went up.
Yes, you see, because of his posture. If he was like that,
I see. So then you go to the body.
I go to the body. But because he's here, I said no. You're not gonna see yet. Boom. No, like if you do uppercut, you do this kick, you're not gonna be able to.
So these are the type of changes that elite people are making during a fight. They're making all these in a microsecond. Okay, lean now. I can go for the face.
Yes.
With Randy, you did a skip.
Randy was another story. Randy, my father said to me, 2 months before the fight. Glover was there with me training. He was my
Glover's
trainer.
also a friend of mine a long time, by the way.
Yes,
Glover's
Glover's
awesome.
and I love Glover. Man. So my father said, Lyoto, we need to train some different movement. Like you have to surprise him. Because he's a veteran guy. He already saw a lot of things in the cage. He knows how to, how you're gonna
corner you, push you to the cage.
Push you to the cage. He's gonna, let's train different moves. Then my father teach me to do this.
Yeah, that was a beautiful kid.
No.
That was right before I fought George St. Pierre in front of 60,000 people, right?
Yeah, Canada.
He did that in front of 60,000 people.
Yes, one of the biggest events.
So beautiful, yeah.
Was. So he taught me that, let's do this. There is this movement in kata. One kata in karate has this movement. So he said, let's do different move. You bring this and kick the other one. Bring this.
So you're just kind of faking.
Yeah, fake this and bring the other. And then I do this.
So it looked like more you were jumping, but it was more
jump kick.
It was kind of.
Hey, it's the real karate kid, man.
Yeah.
It's the real karate
like
kid.
Step and.
Yeah, no, but at the same place, in the same spot.
So it's kind of a jump right there. So you go up.
Yes.
Kind of up.
Yes.
And it went up again.
Up again.
That one hit him in the.
Yes. That was the kick.
Oh, that was a beautiful kick. I think
Yes,
one of those,
thank you so much. It was good, man.
Yeah.
We train a lot, that kick. We train a lot.
That's one of those ones you hit, like, wow.
And there is a story that I was doing sparring with Glover. And out of a sudden, I did this kick for the first time in this sparring session. Pow! Right in his teeth.
Oh, man.
Oh!
And you
Right the moment, man. Do that in the fight. He said, do that. It's gonna work. That's gonna work. That's gonna work.
Yeah.
Was good, man.
Glover's a good striker too. He's got some power.
Oh man, Glover was my best
people forget
partner.
like how much power.
Glover.
I looked the other day and he had so many knockouts. I didn't realize how many knockouts he had. I was like, wow.
Yeah. Hey, Glover, he never gives up. He never gives up. Even training, man.
Yeah, right. He goes for it.
He goes for it.
It was interesting because like I trained with Chuck Liddell. I said he was Chuck's main training partner during Chuck's reign, and then he won the title like 15 years later or something. That's such a great story.
42 years old, man. When
42
he
years
achieved.
old.
Yeah.
So that was great seeing that.
Great. It was great.
So no, those are amazing moves. Anything else we're showing, or like that's?
I think that's the basic one that people don't like.
Obviously, we could spend hours. going through karate. But do you do any like katas and stuff, or do you keep it more to like straight stuff that the real active?
You mean like?
Well, like for your kids and stuff, do you make them do all like the katas and stuff?
No kata. No.
So you kind of just go straight to what works.
Just practice like a fighter. Like fighting.
Yeah, that makes sense. No reason to add.
But we train a lot of distance, time.
The distancing, that's what I was trying to say. That you, I think, are like the best. So, like, let's say if I'm coming at you, I have so many things to worry about because your punches. If I'm walking into you, those front kicks are so dangerous, and they hurt even to the body.
Oh, it hurts.
You know, if you like I watch this, if you're walking back real quick, like just throw light, like so. Yeah, so that. Like, so how am I? That makes it so difficult.
Yes.
And then if I do rush in you get the clinching.
Yeah.
Well, you were clinching and kneeing really good.
Clinching, I like.
Foot sweeping.
Yes.
I recently just watched a bunch of your fights.
I like
it.
it.
You're doing so much stuff good.
Yes.
So
that's good, man.
Well, yeah, no, I think that's great.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Jake, for being here, man. It's a pleasure to give this interview for you.
Yeah, hopefully you're coming out to Derek's things, right, in July?
Yes, in July. We're gonna see each other again.
We'll hang out there.
Yeah, for sure, man. Gonna hang out.
So
thank you so much. Appreciate it.
As many of you know, I have many controversial guests, so that comes at a cost of being demonetized everywhere. So if you want to support the program, go to fightbackpodcast.com, and I have all kinds of merch on there, whether it's jiu-jitsu, fighting, political, and other accessories. And thanks for the support.